Hey guys, happy Wednesday. We are going to get started. Thanks everyone for being here and on time for our last meeting of 2021. It's crazy that we're already there. Here's a vintage photo of Washington Square Park in the winter. We are already at the 15th today. We had one birthday already. Paris's birthday was on Sunday, but we have three left for the month. Indira's on the 23rd. Kendall's on the 28th, and Eunice is on the 29th. So happy birthday in advance to everyone who's celebrating in December. Again, we've got a lot of new people starting, which is very amazing. We've got Zach, who's actually on the call, Manuel, Adrian, and Ariana, who all joined us over the last few weeks. Just as a reminder, kind of as you're going about your business, as you're meeting people, if you know of anyone who's looking to, improve their business, who's looking to make the change over to Weichert to join the team, please let us know. Let me know. Feel free to send an introductory email. Again, we're always looking for active agents who are working. We do have a bonus for anyone who is an experienced agent who comes over, and we can talk more about that, one-on-one if you do have anyone, but you basically get a cash prize, and we've got a couple people who've gotten that before. So again, anyone that we're especially looking in Long Island and Queens. We have, I can't even tell you how many of the Rocket leads that we're getting for like Kew Gardens and a little bit further out in Queens. So again, if you want to work those leads, let me know. If you are on LIBOR especially, you can get into all those listings and stuff like that. So here's my Winnie the Pooh quote. For those of you who've been on this, I always have a little quote. Promise me you'll always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, right? One of the biggest hurdles that people have is, oh, I'm brand new, I don't know what's going on, but you have more experience than almost anyone else, right? You have a license, you know how the laws work, properties from seeing them, from going to open houses and things like that. And you have all the tools and resources at your disposal, right? Our biggest strength, I think, is what a great group of people that we are. And we have people who got their license a couple days ago, all the way through our MVP, Suzanne, who's been in the business for 5 decades and more. And so within our office, within the people that are on this call, we have hundreds of years of experience. And so you have the tools, you have the resources, you are stronger as an agent than you think you are. And again, if you don't know the answer, we have someone who will know the answer to whatever questions come up. So don't let fear get in the way, right? Always be doing things that are going to benefit yourself and benefit your business. Again, just a reminder, tomorrow we have our company-wide prospecting session. We do it over Zoom. It's a great way to listen to other people's dialogues, to win some Amazon gift cards, to make calls to friends and family. If you don't have any clients you're working with, to follow up with past clients, to do for sale by owner calls, to do expired calls, whatever it is and whatever you want to focus on, it's a great time to block out your calendar once a week to do these calls to get more business. If you're on Weichert Lead Network, it's a great time to do the private call sessions. And again, you can go over that. If you're not on Weichert Lead Network, get on it. They're doing the training on the 21st again, so you can get certified and registered for that. And then you can start making these calls to the company clients. And again, we still have the full-time salary position available. If you or anyone is looking for something, it's kind of like an MTS and processor hybrid based here out of the Soho office. You can email me, I can send you the details and where you can actually apply for that job, or to send it over to anyone that who's looking for one. You can be an active agent and have this position. You would kind of just work nights and weekends on your personal business. As a reminder to anyone who's on the call who's a member of OneKey, the $110 dues has to be paid by December 30th. If not, they will kick you off of OneKey. You'll not have access to that. Again, $110 if you log into to LIBOR, you can pay that. And again, for anyone who is a REBNY member, which should basically be everyone who's not just a OneKey member, REBNY members are due by the end of January for 2022. Again, $400 a year if you are not in your first year, $325 in your first year. And if you're an associate broker, it's I think $550 for the year. You don't have to pay the pack, you have $30 or something like that if you don't want to. So again, that's a personal decision if you want to make it. But please get on this now if you can. Again, just a reminder, I'm going away. We're going to Argentina to spend Christmas with Juan's family now that he can travel again. He's actually there already. So starting tomorrow through New Year's, again, I'll be available kind of early in the day tomorrow, but taking a half day and then Friday off. A coverage email will be sent, so don't worry about that. We'll make sure that you have whatever you need. Just a reminder of the deadline for Weichert, right? Everything needs to be sent by next Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday in order to be processed by the end of the year. So again, if you have closings after that, please let me know. I will give you individual directions. Send me an email. We'll make sure everything's together so we can get everything in. But Stephanie's going to be helping out, checking the mail and sending checks Tuesdays and Thursdays. So again, an overnight will go out tomorrow night. An overnight will go out on Tuesday. Then it will be waiting until the next Tuesday, and then that's it basically. So again, any deals you have pending, any OPs that are coming in, just let me know about it. We'll get everything squared away before I leave tomorrow. I wanted to take a second and just kind of think of 4 things that you can do in the next 15 days, right? We have 15 days left of the month to set yourself up for success next year, right? These are all very basic things. You can do them from home. You can do these things in order to improve yourself as an agent and improve the things that you can do for your clients, right? To set yourself up for success next year, we need to be doing things today in order to get that pipeline going and get the people ready that we need to then close next year. And all inclinations, and Doug will talk about what's happening with interest rates, are that the market will continue to be extremely strong across all boroughs of New York, all markets that we work in for 2022, right? Again, many people have listings that are going to be coming up next year. We'll talk about our listing competition in a few minutes. But do these 4 things and you will be kind of set up for success. So the first thing is to connect with your sphere and past customers, right? Just make sure, again, you could have been in the business for 50 years. You could have been in the business for 5 minutes. You need to let everyone know that you work in real estate, right? And you need to be top of mind for them to make sure that they understand what you can do, right? You can help them with rentals, sales. We have people who work in commercial as well. And re-follow up, right? And the holidays are a great time just to reach out to people, let them know of the change in the market, let them know what's going on, let them know what you can do and what you've been doing for this year. Connect with your past customers, right? People whose leases are expiring in the spring, right? Now's a great time to say, hey, are you going to be renewing? I don't know if your landlord let you know, but rents have gone up significantly. Maybe it's a good time to think about buying, right? There's still some great deals out there and interest rates are at great numbers. So reach out to as many people as you can that you know in order to let them know what services you provide and what you can do. The second is to get to know a market. And for many of the brand new agents, and on our one-on-ones, we've been talking about this. Really, the best thing you can do to be able to effectively talk about real estate is to know a market. And once you know how to get information on one market, then you can do it for any market. And we get information in a number of ways. We have some great tools. We have Urban Digs and OLR that have market data in them on past sales, on things that are on the market, trends happening in a neighborhood at different price points, right? And again, within every different neighborhood or different market, within each neighborhood, we have a ton of different markets, right? The condo resale market is going to be different than the condo new development market. The rental market is going to be different than the sale market. And so knowing these different markets and kind of using the tools that you have access to get to know properties is a great way to be able to speak about what's happening, right? Get to know some new developments, go to some open houses, right? You guys, even people with full-time jobs usually have the weekends off, go to 10 open houses over the course of a weekend. You can start to get to know different new developments. You can start to get to know different properties on the market. And then you can effectively talk to anyone that you know about what is happening and what is on the market, what is selling. Oh, I saw something and there were 100 people at the open house. Or I saw something and it's overpriced, but there's some great value there, I think. You need to be able to effectively talk to people about real estate. And the best way to do that is actually seeing, feeling, touching the real estate. But if you don't want to leave your house, you can do it through our databases, right? Through OLR and through Property Shark, Street Easy, Urban Digs, whatever it is, you can kind of get some information about a neighborhood. The third is to utilize a calendar and time blocking, right? Again, many of the experienced agents are doing this, and it's a great way to make sure that you are most effectively using whatever time you have for real estate. For the full-time agents, this is a 9 to 5 plus job. Again, our calendars are really important to have control over. And many of you who are active agents really focus on just setting up appointments and showing, right? And that is a big part of our job. I don't want to say that it's not. But if you use a calendar and every week you're setting up time to prospect, right? To call for sale by owners, to attend the trainings and marketing meetings. If you're doing these things consistently every week, you will get better at this business. And if you're an agent who hasn't done anything in 2021, it's 100% on you that you haven't, because we have all the tools and resources that you need to have been successful this year. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but anyone who is an active agent has basically done volumes more than they did last year. And most people did more than they did in 2019 as well, who are working full time. Utilize a calendar. And if you need help putting this together, let me know. We can put together a calendar for you, but make sure that every week you're doing the activities that will bring you success. You're getting to know the market, you're going to open houses or taking out clients, and you are prospecting, right? Our most important job is to be prospecting for buyers, sellers, renters, landlords, whatever it is that you want to focus on. And using a calendar and time blocking and actually sticking to that calendar, or if you can't make one thing happen, moving it on the calendar and not deleting it is one of the most important things you can do to be successful. So if you don't know what your schedule is going to be for 2022, put it together, right? Put together what you're going to be committing yourself to every day, every week, every month to be successful, when we come to this meeting next year. The last one, which I think, again, is something that many of us are lacking on, and I'll say for my personal business, I have been for a while, but make MyWhiteGirt and utilizing that tool a priority. What I can tell you is some people on this call have been extremely diligent at using MyWhiteGirt as their CRM, as their way of sending clients listings through the feed that you get through the IDX on OLR or on LIBOR or CYBOR. And if you do that, and if you make MyWhiteGirt a priority, if you're putting every client in there, updating them, you won't lose people. People won't fall through the cracks. They won't not see a listing that came onto the market, because everything is going to be automatically sent to them through the search alerts that you can set up. If you haven't finished the agent success plan and gotten your website up, do that, right? And start putting your clients, your contacts, your friends, your family in there. Put hashtags on people if you do have people in there, right? Follow up with the people and keep notes in your system. If you use this, and again, you can basically do this in, let's say, like 10 minutes a day, just making sure you're going through people, calling people, emailing them, texting them, whatever it is, you will be successful next year. Kind of, in this vein of being successful next year, we are kicking off a listing competition. It will run from January 1st through the end of March of 2022. And again, we're going to be doing one of these each quarter. There'll be kind of prizes that go along with them. And for Q1, because the spring is going to be such an active market, we're focusing on getting more listings, right? Whoever has the listings gets the business. Getting listings will mean that you control your income. Getting listings will mean that you're controlling showings. Getting listings means that you will have direct buyers coming to you, and maybe they'll buy this property and maybe they won't. But then selling this listing will also allow you to market to the neighborhood, and again, to start to get your name known in a given neighborhood or a given building even, right? So basically, we're going to award points for activities that will drive you to get more listings, right? And so this is going to be our focus for the first quarter of 2022. So you're going to get a point for every email that you send through the MyWhiteGirt system, right? And this is an easy way to get points, because you can send mass emails to an entire neighborhood with the click of a button, right? You'll get a point for every call that is logged through the MyWhiteGirt system, a point for every text that you've done through the MyWhiteGirt system. You'll also receive 5 points for every postcard sent. Again, postcards are a great way of getting in front of people. A lot of people have kind of decreased the amount they're spending on physical marketing. And this is something that can definitely be beneficial, especially, again, if you just got a listing, you send it just listed, you sent it in contract, you send a sold postcard through the design center. You'll get 50 points for each listing appointment that you do. And that's going to be verified by doing the personalized listing presentation. Again, if you have a listing, if you get a listing appointment from a call, a text, an email, whatever it is, we'll put together the listing presentation for you. It'll be personalized for you and for that potential seller. You also get 20 points for each open house that you host. Again, you oftentimes meet sellers at open houses. These can be for these new listings or for old listings, but you'll get one for each open house that you host. And every listing that you get, you'll get 100 points for, right? And so let's say you get a listing, you did a listing presentation to get that listing, and when you get the listing, you send out 100 postcards. Well, you're going to have a ton of points right away off the bat from getting that one listing. Whoever has the most listings at the end of the quarter will get a $500 gift card to use on the Design Center for more postcards, or for MyWeichert for property boost and advertising. And second place will get a $250 gift card, right? So again, this is starting for any listing taken as of the 1st of January. Again, we're focusing on sales, but we will include rental listings in this and rental open houses that you're hosting, because again, you never know who you're going to meet at these open houses. I'll send out an email about this later today so you can get more information. With that, I'm going to give it over to Jamie Goldberg, our insurance specialist. Jamie.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I missed you guys last week at the party. Hopefully I'll get to see you all in person sometime soon. Obviously, for those of you who I may not have talked to, I think I've talked to most of you. Here's this is my personal cell phone. So, if you guys need me, you can get in touch with me. Obviously, my email too. Thanks so much for the whole year. We did great. I think, what is this? I think this is with both offices together from when Midtown was there. I think our market share ends up at around 48% for the year, which is phenomenal. So thank you guys so much for doing all the business that you guys do, sending clients my way, letting me help you and them. I really, really do appreciate it. And, I can't be successful without you guys being successful. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And thank you, Jamie. And again, we'll get to the exact numbers, but we're basically up 182% for closed insurance policies in 2021 over 2020. So I think that's pretty amazing in and of itself.
Thank you. And this is still going on. If anyone who I have not quoted your personal insurance, whether that be rental, if you only have a renters, if you don't have a car, home, auto, whatever it may be, I believe if it's been over a year, you can do it again. So if you're obviously not already with Weichert, and for us to try and quote you guys, see if I can help you, see if I can do any better for you guys. But you're not required to even take the quote, just letting me do it and then discussing it with me. You will get a $50 Amazon gift card after that process goes through. It does take a month or two for that to go through, but you will get it. And it can't hurt. I've helped many people, whether it be associates or your clients, just giving me a chance to look at it. There's a good chance that I'm going to find something that is better than what you have, or at least equal to it.
And I can vouch from personal experience that Jamie did my homeowner's insurance and saved me $600. It's a pretty big amount of money for one policy. So.
Yep. So thank you all again. I really do appreciate it. And once again, hopefully I'll get to see a bunch of you in person next year.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamie. With that, I'll give it over to Doug Cleary. Again, if you don't have Doug's information, please put it in your phone. Great resource for anyone who needs a mortgage.
All right, thanks. You got the slides, right? Okay. So let me give you a quick update on the market in general, and sort of it's related to the overall economy. Inflation is sort of the biggest issue that we're facing, or potential issue, with retail rates. We had the inflation numbers that came out, they're the highest they've ever been in decades. Part of this is related to COVID supply issues and things like this, and there's other factors involved, but inflation tends to be the enemy of low retail mortgage rates. So that's a big factor going forward. The balance to that is COVID. COVID, it's still evolving. There's a lot of that could affect the economy, which actually helps retail rates. It's sort of bad news for the overall economy can actually be good. So that's what's actually keeping us in check and keeping mortgage rates relatively flat. But inflation is going to continue to be an issue for rates as we go forward. So rates are still good now, which we'll see on the next slide. But we've been saying this for a while. They're not going to be able to stay at this level forever. So at some point they're going to go up. It's a call to action, in a way for your customers. If they're thinking about re-signing a lease versus buying now, if they're looking at just the cost of money, it's likely going to be higher if they looked at it this time next year versus now. The Fed's meeting this week. The Fed has also said that they're probably going to accelerate the timetable for tapering their bond purchases. They were talking about doing it in June. Now they're talking about doing it in March. When they do this is slowing down on bond purchases. That's another factor that's going to increase retail rates. So having said all that, if we look at the chart, the 30-year fixed is still hovering around that 3% number, 3.1, that's what 0.7 points. This is a survey that Freddie Mac does every week, every Thursday, and it's a national survey. There's pockets where this will be different. This is also with people with a good down payment and good credit, but you get the idea. We're still hanging fixed money at around 3.1, and 15-year money is in the low twos, low to mid twos, really, if you back out the points. So rates are still good, but they're trending, they're pulling upward at a slow rate. This is just something to keep in mind. This is not for co-ops. It could be for co-ops if the co-op accepted it, but generally they won't. But for a condo or for a single family home, a first-time home buyer can put down as little as 3%. If you ask a first-time home buyer how much they need to put down, many times for whatever reason, they think they have to put down 20, and it's not true. And there's other programs which we can find with people who don't have a lot of resources for down payment and closing costs. The FHA, they can do 3.5. They can get seller's concessions. So we can get creative with people who don't think they can get into a home. We can find a way many times for them to do it. Let's look at the next slide if we could. Here's just a trivia question. This is a national survey from CoreLogic, and they're talking about home equity. So in the third quarter this year, as compared to the third quarter last year, what amount of equity did the average homeowner gain according to their survey? So if you just, the choices are 156,000, 5,600, 56,000, or 16,000. So what are your guesses as to the increase in equity nationally?
If you guys want to type it in the chat box, Tom said D, 16,000. Will said C, 56,000. Anyone else have a guess they want to type in to the message?
The other guess is 156, 5, 56, or 16. Those are the choices.
Peter says 5,600.
Anyone else? Anyway, the correct answer is C, 56,000. So there's a lot of equity being gained. Will got it. And anyway, I just want to remind people we're at a very quick time frame with commitments for co-ops. This can be very helpful. You'll need a commitment to submit the board package. We've been getting them in 48 to 72 hours. So that can be a big advantage for some people. Keep that in mind. Also, they've raised the high balance limits for Fannie and Freddie, and we could do those loans almost to $1 million right now. We don't have to get involved with jumbo, which is stricter requirements. So this is all good. If you could just remember to mention meet clients here, the better it would be great. It's just a quick conversation I have with them, what they're looking to do. I come up with a way to do it many times that they haven't thought of. And I would just appreciate if you could just remember me to your clients. If I can help you with anything, just let me know.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Doug. And again, we're up 50% from last year with our mortgage closed mortgages. And we're up 650% with the number of people that Doug's been introduced to. So I think it's pretty amazing that you guys are, at least giving him the opportunity to talk to and work with your clients. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Again, Liesl is still out. Unfortunately, she's still sick, but her information is here. We do have virtual assistance through Annabelle, as well as through Stephanie, whose contact information I've sent out. I'll send it out again. If you have any issues or questions about the My Weichert system, once you're done with the success plan and want to make sure everything's working, you can set up a virtual meeting with Stephanie. A few of you were on the call with her on Tuesday, and we'll continue to have them with her kind of moving forward. So I just want to go over, and again, these aren't final for the year. We still have 2 weeks. We got a bunch of closings coming up. But I do want to go over kind of our December stats, kind of a general wrap up, and we'll really go over the exact numbers for 2022 at our first meeting of the year, mid-January. But so far, we have 37 sold listings, right? 37 listings that we signed and we ended up selling. 111 sold properties, so ones that we brought the buyer for. This is the pretty amazing number, right? 670 rentals. 670 rentals. We're up 314% year over year, right? And again, the end of 2020, there were a lot of lease signings. So this is a pretty significant number. 3 mortgages that Doug closed on and 31 insurance policies that Jamie closed on. So again, keeping the all under one roof in mind, it's really great. Within the office, we have 36 new agents, including 9 dual licensed agents, or plus 9 new dual licensed agents who are primary in New Jersey. Oh, sorry, that should be New York and New Jersey, who are primary in New Jersey and also got their license here in New York. We have 7 agents who so far this year did their first 20,000 plus in deals, who are new in 2021. So that's pretty amazing. And we have, I couldn't count it, how many agents attained their next level, right? People who went from 50 to 60 to 70%. We have a record number of people who hit 80% in their first year, right? That means they did over $170,000 in commissions, right? In their first year in real estate. Their opportunities are out there. You can easily get to the higher split levels, right? We've got great opportunities, lots of leads, and lots of you are doing tons and tons of business. So again, between 2020 and 2021, we had 4 agents who doubled their income from 2020. And again, many of these people already had significant numbers to begin with. And doubling that is a pretty amazing feat and put money in their pockets and in their families' pockets. We had 4 agents who tripled their income from 2020. And I think most impressively, we had 12 agents who quintupled or more their income from 2020. Again, some people who were making $50,000, $60,000 a year and made well into the 6 figures in 2021 so far. And some of them still have closing. So again, congratulations to everyone for this. We do have, and again, this is running as of today. This could change. Again, many of you still have stuff that, I've got deals going in and things like that. But our top 5 rental agents with the number of closed rental deals, number 1 is Vas Zonev. Number 2, Christine Farku. Number 3, Zach Abdullah. Number 4, Michael Attilio. And we basically have a tie for number 5 between Anthony and Nikki. So congratulations to you guys. Again, these numbers could still change. I know we got lots of stuff pending. So we'll have the final numbers at the end of last year. The top 5 sales agents in terms of volume closed. Number 1, Will Wade. Congratulations to Will. Number 2, very close behind, is Leslie. And again, they actually worked on a deal that just closed. So I'm not going to push the numbers here, but they still have a couple things pending. Number 3, Tanya Bryson. Number 4, Eunice. And number 5, Michelle. Again, very close behind. Again, generally, congratulations to so many of you. I'm always most proud of the people who are, brand new to the business or, new to doing sales. Many of you did your first rental deal this year. Many of you did your first sale deal this year. And many of you did multiples of both of them in your first year. Got your first listing, right? That was one of the most exciting times for me when I was in real estate, when I got my first listing and got to sell it and bring the buyer and stuff like that. Got your first accepted offer or had your first closing, right? So congratulations to many of you on this call for such an amazing feat. Again, we're going to be doing kind of our little award meeting on the 12th, which will be our first meeting of 2022. I keep doing this. The 2020 award meeting will be on January 12th of 2022, so that second Wednesday of the month. And again, we'll be going over a couple awards for people, top rental sales, listings and stuff like that. That's it for me. Again, I always like to open up the floor to allow people to announce any new listing that they might have or something that's coming to market. Or if you're working with a certain price point or a certain buyer and you're looking for something and it's not on the market, maybe someone knows about it, right? It's a great way to share anything that you've seen that's great value, anything that you've seen that you think could be a good buy for someone. So please feel free to unmute yourselves and let us know of anything new that you have coming on for listings or for something you're looking for. Okay, I'll get started. I have a townhouse coming onto the market in January. It's in Red Hook. It's been fully renovated, soup to nuts. Beautiful home. It's set up as a 2-family, but it is also a legal 3-family. The cap rate would be very good, somewhere around I think like 5% if you rent out the units. Part of that is that the taxes are like $300 or I think $3,000 a year or something like that for the house. Those will go up when it sells, but not anything too significant, probably like 5,000. That is going to be $2.5 million plus or minus. We're still getting the exact price on it. It's about 1,800 square feet on the first 2 floors with a finished lower level walkout to the garden. Beautiful home in Red Hook. Views of the Freedom Tower from the north facing windows and stuff like that. Huge backyard, really great location. 2.5 million. And I'm also getting 4 condo units in Brooklyn, 3 in Williamsburg and 1 in Carroll Gardens. Prices will range for the 1-bedrooms, 1.2 million. The cap rate on those are actually pretty good too. Pre-war building, elevator, great roof deck, all the way up to I think 2.5 million for a penthouse, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If you have any people looking in Brooklyn for great pre-war lofty apartments, please let me know. I'm happy to get people in there before we actually officially list in the spring on those. Anyone else have anything they want to announce for new listings or anything that they need?
Jason, those pre-wars in Brooklyn, do you have a 2-bed, 2-bath with a washer dryer?
No, it's either there's no 2 bedrooms in the building, so it's a 3-bedroom for 2.5. There are no 2 bedrooms in the building.
Thank you.
No one? Come on, someone's got to have something coming up. Going once. Okay, well, that's it then. Thank you guys so much for your time. If there's anything that you need, again, please try to get me paperwork today. The last overnight for me is going out tomorrow. Again, I'll be sending an email about coverage. Again, I'll send an email to the newer agents of what you should be doing kind of very specifically in the next 2 weeks. Again, a lot of it's just finishing up trainings. And again, if you have questions, use each other as resources. There's always a lot of knowledge kind of in this community. Again, Suzanne's on this call. She can kind of answer anything you can possibly run into in her years of experience. So please, reach out to her. Stephanie's kind of going to be covering with sending in checks and things like that. Peter's always in the office. He's always happy to answer questions and help people out as well. Again, if you need to get into the office, most of you have keys. If you don't have keys, there is the lockbox out front. Make sure you replace the keys. Just text me if you need the code for the lockbox, or say, hey, what's the lockbox code? I can give it to you. Just again, make sure you're putting those back. And have an amazing rest of the holiday season. Happy New Year. I'll send some emails out still, but looking forward to seeing everyone in 2022 and having it, our best year yet. And again, we'll go over all the final numbers, but as of last week, our office across the 110 company offices, I think had either the first, we might be in second place now to Hoboken, but the biggest swing in in improvement in the company. So that's pretty exciting for us as well. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the day, and I will be in touch and have a great holiday if I don't talk to you.
Have a great trip.
Thank you.